watching One Gotti Talking Sports.
YouTube, what's going on? It's One Gotti here. We another Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're going to be talking about Daniel Snyder and the Washington Commanders being sued by the city of Washington, D.C. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers, so that subscribe button again if you haven't already. And also, don't forget to check out the TOTM Top of the Morning show that goes live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the channel at 9 a.m. It's a morning show that you listen to, a sports show that you listen to on the way to work, at work, whatever morning activities you're doing. I want you to be able to listen to a good quality morning show, and that is what TOTM is. So please check that out. We'll be going live tomorrow, 9 a.m. And don't worry, if you can't catch it live, it's also going to be converted to a podcast format that is also on all podcasting platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it. Just type in Top of the Morning Show with One Gotti, and it should come up. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So, there's been a lot of news that came out about the Washington Commanders. Yesterday I was really, confused with what I heard yesterday with this whole situation with Brian Robinson. I'm still kind of unclear of what happened necessarily, with that whole situation with Brian Robinson. I'm assuming in the Commanders' defense of their, rebuttal or whatever, or the response, they try to use Brian Robinson's name, and him and his agent was not happy with that. I'm assuming that's what that was. And then this morning, you had Benjamin St. Juste, cornerback, come out and talk about the Washington Commanders in a French newspaper, and basically said, since his time been here, there's been a dark place and dark cloud over this whole team and organization, and this team is ready for a fresh start, and it needs a fresh start. And that was big when I heard that this morning. But that's not nothing new. You hear former employees, you hear former players, you hear former coaches come out and talk about the darkness and the dark cloud and just how bad it is to be a part of this organization under Dan Snyder. So that's not really surprising. It was, something to hear this morning. That was something shocking to hear, but obviously at the same time, it's not, because this is something that is not new. We hear this for years. We've been hearing this for almost a decade now. So that's not nothing, surprising in that aspect. Then you get the breaking news. A couple days ago, they were announcing that it was going to be some breaking news by the city council of Washington, D.C. And we got that breaking news today. So breaking news, according to AG Carl Racine, breaking news. My office is suing Commanders owner Dan Snyder, the Commanders, NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, and the NFL for colliding to decide district residents, the heart of the Commanders fan base, about an investigation into the toxic workplace culture. So they're suing them for falsely having an investigation. You remember when this thing first got kicked off, we kept saying something just doesn't seem right. You remember Beth Wilkerson gave an oral, investigation or oral report, and didn't have really no evidence, and basically kind of say, oh, we just talked it out, or we talked about it. Remember, we were like, where's the concrete evidence? And they didn't have none of that. Remember Beth Wilkerson did that quote unquote investigation about a year ago. Remember that? And there was really no concrete evidence on that. Keep that in mind. Then the next slide says, after public reporting revealed that sexual misconduct, harassment, and misogyny ran rampant for decades at the team, the defendants promised the D.C. residents that the league was going to fix the toxic culture, including by fully cooperating with the independent investigation. That was all a lie. Instead, the NFL turned its blind eye to Snyder's extensive efforts to silence and intimidate witnesses, and the NFL and Commanders entered a secret agreement that gave Snyder power to veto the release of any results. Okay? Remember, we were trying to see this investigation. We were trying to see notes. We were trying to see pages and paragraphs and writing, and we just never seen none of that. That's because Daniel Snyder, the NFL gave Daniel Snyder the power to to not allow the outside world to see the real. Okay? Then the next slide goes on to say, with today's lawsuit, we're standing up for DC residents who were lied to and deceived. And we're standing with all the brave victim and employees of the team who told us the truth during our investigation and came forward about what they suffered and witnessed while working. Okay? Those are all the slides, and you can check it out on Twitter. I may put them up on the screen, but Dan Snyder's getting sued. Okay, and this is yet another building block. This is yet another step in the direction of getting this man to sell. And I cannot be more than happy for this moment. I may not seem happy now, but trust me, when the official document comes out and the official word that Daniel Snyder has officially sold the Washington Commanders, or Daniel Snyder is officially selling the Washington Commanders, that's when we're going to run rapid. That's when we're going to get up here and scream. That's when we're going to get up here and get excited. This is all exciting now, but this is all building up. Okay, until that final day, until that final, what would I say, final note, final strike. Okay, this is strike 2. Okay, strike 1, inside fastball, got Dan Snyder and his crew, with Dan Snyder's exploring all options with selling the Washington, that includes exploring options of selling the Washington Commanders. He invited, or he has hired the Bank of America agency to find him what would be best, or something like that. Remember that? That was like last week. And he's exploring all options. Still wasn't a definitive answer as to him confirming to sell the team, but that is obviously a start. And then strike 2 today. It was a change up in the dirt. Dan swung at it. 0-2 count now. Okay, 0-2 count. Today's comments were huge, and it made us feel happy. It made us feel good, but it was just the second step into getting him out. Okay? Now in the third step, we need to come with high heat, maybe something off the plate to see if Dan swings at it, or shoot, we don't even need a strikeout. Anything. He can make contact. It could be a fly out. It could be a ground out. Something to get that third and final strike. This is strike 2. The third and final strike is for Daniel Snyder to officially sell the Washington Commanders. We've been hearing all the people that's been interested in buying the team. Jay-Z teaming up with Jeff Bezos. Kevin Durant throw his name in the mix. Byron Allen. We've been hearing it. Red Sox owner. And I hope. And I know he's not going to do that. But considering the fact that this team was the Boston Redskins back in like 1932, if we get our owner, the Boston Red Sox owner, could he move us to Boston? I don't think so because it's already the Patriots. But imagine the Boston Commanders. That would be crazy. But yeah, man, this is huge. This is huge news. And Ron Rivera, again, I don't want to keep giving this guy the benefit of the doubt because this on-field performance and how he coaches on-field is putrid right now. But off-field, you still can't do nothing but feel for him. You can't feel for him because this man just wants to coach football. And he has to start team meetings this morning with addressing the comments that were made by the Commander's spokesman yesterday on Brian Robinson. I'm sure he addressed the Benjamin St. Juste comments, and then I'm sure he had to address this. These fellas, these men, these coaches, they just want to play. They just want to play ball. Okay, they don't want to worry about Dan Snyder and what's going on with him. They want to play football, and they're in an organization. And you gotta understand. I understand. You gotta be like, hey, Ron should have known what he was signed up for. True that, but that still doesn't take the fact away from. They just want to play ball. They don't get paid to investigate Dan Snyder. They don't get paid to answer questions about Dan Snyder all the time. They get paid to play and coach. So, Ron Rivera has been poor as a coach this year. I'm not going to lie to you. But as far as off the field, you can't do nothing but feel for the guy. Because he has to constantly come into work and deal with this and field questions from the media as regarding to that. I'm so ready for him to be gone. I'm so ready for him to be gone, man, and it can possibly be a happy time. Now again, this is strike two. It's only strike two, okay? He has not officially sold, but we're trending into that direction. We're on strike two, okay? We need to dial up our best pitch here to send him completely gone. But yeah, man. As always, it's been your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to check out the Top of the Morning show hosted by Juan Gotti that goes live every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 a.m. And I'm sure tomorrow we'll talk a lot about this in more depth as more stuff comes out. And we're going to preview all the games that's coming up this week, and including our game. So we got a lot. So hope to see you guys over there at Top of the Morning show hosted by Juan Gotti at 9 a.m. And again, if you can't catch it live at 9 a.m., it's on podcast platforms. So check me out. Links down below in the description. As always, me boy Juan Gotti. Hail to Washington Commanders. Peace. Cross me one time, that's gonna get you popped. Get you popped.